and welcome to Lines on Design. It is always so much fun to come and talk to our friend John Iannazzo from Liberty Window Wall Coverings and all kinds of things now. It's fantastic. Yes, it is a freezing cold winter this year. We're not quite used to that.
No, it's been real cold.
It really has, and we even had some snow.
And ice.
And ice.
I don't do well on ice.
No, well, ice is funny. Snow is great, and I saw adorable pictures of you and your son doing snow angels.
Snow angels, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
in
a couple
Hilton
pictures
Head.
of the store covered in snow, the truck covered in snow. I shoveled snow for the first time in my life.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'd never shoveled snow before. Yeah, right out front of the store.
Had your son ever seen snow?
No.
Oh, how exciting! That makes it so much fun.
Yeah, we had fun for a day or two, and then I was over it.
Well, and I think we all did for that day or two, and we were all over it, and it's continuing, which brings us to our discussion today, which is energy savings.
Energy efficient shades.
I knew that. Energy efficiency.
We have a whole selection of shades that are really designed to keep the cold out, and in this area, more important, the heat.
Yeah,
in
the
summer.
heat, yes,
but right now
exactly.
it's cold, so we'll focus on the cold.
Were you surprised when you had the cold, when we had the cold winter and we had the cold snap, how much your blinds helped actually insulate you from that cold?
No, I wasn't surprised. I was surprised at the uncovered window, how cold that one was. I wasn't surprised because in my house I have two big windows and a door across the back.
Okay.
And the two big windows have duets on them, the Duet Arcatella shades, which are part of our sale right now.
Oh yes, talk to us. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a $100 mail-in rebate on when you buy 4 duets, 2 vignettes, or 4 Sonnet cellular roller shades.
Okay.
So I have the honeycombs on my doors.
Which I love. I do too in my house.
I'm sorry, not the doors, but the windows.
Okay,
so when you put these down, it stops a tremendous amount of cold. We did not cover the door.
Okay.
And you could walk past the door and just feel the cold air pouring in. So now there is a shade on order for that door. It will be covered probably in about a week.
Which is really pretty funny because I can honestly say that about our house too, is after the cold snap came, I called John and said, yes, you were right. Those couple of things I did not cover will now be covered. Thank you so much.
It's got to keep that cold out.
Oh my, well, it's been great. My mom and dad are older, and we put these in theirs, and it has made a huge difference.
And if you look at some of the pictures I was showing you, the ones before, and we show them on screen. This is a little cheat one here.
This, yes.
So the first one is from the outside. It's an infrared picture. If you look at the red spots, those are the windows from the outside, how much heat is coming through the windows, how much heat you're losing.
So this is an infrared shot of this.
Yeah, from an outside of a house.
Where'd you get these?
This one came from Hunter Douglas. I have a couple other pictures here I want to show you.
Okay.
The first one shows, this is from my friend Brent Crandall. He's from the Blind Depot in Texas, took these.
Okay, so this is the first one.
And they'll show these, on better for the audience at home. Okay, so the first one shows the duet shade in the window, covering the window.
Okay.
The second picture is when the shades are raised. If you look at all this blue space, that's cold air. That's all cold. He says it's about 25 degrees out.
Oh my gosh.
Which is about what it is today. And then this last one shows the shades down, and what a difference that is.
There's no blue.
There's no blue.
So literally.
You drop the shades, cuts out a lot of that cold air.
What is that because of the actual honeycombing?
It's the cell shape.
Okay.
So it traps the air, creates insulating barrier against the energy flow. So it keeps the heat in, keeps the cold out. In the winter or in the summer, it'll keep the heat out and the cold in. That's on the honeycomb and the Sonnet cellular roller shades. Now these shades I would like a lot. This is a cross between the honeycomb and an old-fashioned roller shade.
Okay.
No strings, no cords, still has the cell shape. I'll hold it up for the camera. Also on sale. Excellent insulator.
And what are those again?
Sonnet cellular roller shades.
I know, I have to make him say it slow to see if he can really do it. Sonnet cellular roller shades.
Yes.
Which, by the way, if you're a designer, because I always have to bring it back to the design.
Well, that's why I brought out the vignette roller shades. Those I know are your favorites.
But these roller shades, I love them. And I think for people who really like function, they are an amazing, just kind of initial way to get a window covered that looks great.
With clean lines, it's simple, it's easy.
Absolutely.
It's not fussy. The vignettes there's more colors, more fabrics, more patterns.
Which again,
there's more design in the vignette than the Sonnet.
Exactly. And again, we do a lot of blending of a lot of these things, which I think is one of the skill sets that you bring to the table, is knowing when to put what to be not only cost effective and energy saving, but also from a real pretty design point of view.
Exactly.
I absolutely love this. The colors are pretty darn amazing.
Yeah, and you can look, we can do them horizontal, we can do them vertical. Both the duet and the vignette can be horizontal or vertical. So if you have a big sliding glass door, we can treat that in the direction that it needs to go.
And I know we have to go back. I want to give credit to the people who took this, because you said...
Yeah, again, that was Brent Crandall of the Blind Depot in Texas, took these 2 pictures. Saw him online yesterday, talked about him, asked him if I could borrow him. He said, sure, as long as he gets credit.
When people come in, do they ask about energy?
They do, yeah. Well, they don't specifically say energy. They just, we have big windows. It's too hot in the summer, too cold in the winter. What can we do? And this is what we talk about.
All right, it's winter right now, and for me here in Hilton Head and anywhere in the Low Country, it's a good time to do some of the maintenance things or the design things that you've been thinking of, because it is so warm. Is this a special time for you here too? I mean, do you find that you get you're doing a lot of extra stuff, or people are?
It's pretty consistent throughout the year, and we see the need change throughout the year. Again, now people are cold, so we're doing shades because they're cold. A couple more months, we'll be doing things because they're getting too much sun and they're starting to get hot and the rooms are warming up, because it's the same thing with the heat's a little different. So you do get the hot air from the window as well, but you also get the solar heat gain. So you have a hardwood floor and a big sofa in front of the window, and the sun's just coming in, beating on the floor and sofa all day long. It heats that up. So even when the sun goes down, those items are still hot. They're still radiating heat. So you put a shade in, you put the sonnet in or the vignette, and you drop that, and you keep the sun off your furniture. It doesn't heat up. It doesn't raise the temperature of the room.
I want to talk about something that oftentimes I think not you and I, but people don't want to talk about because they don't know, and that is how spending money on window treatments can do a lot more than just make a room pretty. I was with a client yesterday, and she was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that I would be spending a lot of money on my windows. And it's very interesting to me, and I think that we need to do, at least I need to do as a designer, a better job of helping people understand why treating a window is so important, because it runs the myriad. It's
not just covering, that's true. There's a different product for every window for a different budget, but it's not just covering the window for privacy and anymore. It's how to live with the space, to control the light, control the privacy, control the heat, control the cold. It really can change a room and change how you function in a room. We do a lot of rooms in the summertime where people say it's just too hot to go in there.
Right.
With the right shades in the right setting, you can control the temperature to make it a much more livable space.
Do you think that's what sets you all apart too from a lot of people, a lot of competitors, is that you actually come into the space that you're designing and ask about lifestyle?
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about how that works for you all.
Well, that's exactly it. It's not just about putting a blind in a window and move. I mean, anybody can put a blind in a window and move on to the next one.
I have used a paper blind before, by the way.
Well, the paper ones are great for temporary stuff, and it's really a great idea for
for that week.
Still kicking myself that I didn't think of that idea first.
I know, I hear you.
But it's about finding the right shade and how to use that shade for that customer's lifestyle. A lot of people don't want to cover their windows because they want to see the trees and the water and the golf course and everything.
It's funny that you say that. It was my dad with you.
Yeah.
My dad was like, well,
you're right in the water. He doesn't want to take up any of that. So with the power shades, he knows that in the afternoon you get the afternoon sun. So at 4 o'clock the sun hits that window. It moves just enough by, what do you say, about 6:30? We're going to set it up with the power on a timer, so it's going to close at 4. It's going to open back up at 6. So whether he's there or not, he's going to keep the sun out of his room. It's not going to heat the room up in the summer. It's going to keep it cooler now, and he doesn't even have to think about it.
Well, and again, it's really interesting because in my own personal home, it's very multi-generational. I've got babies, 4-year-olds, and then 90-year-olds, but the issues are really very similar, and that is safety.
Yes.
Okay, so not having cords on a lot of these shades right now is a safety issue too.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Hunter Douglas seems to be really all over that safety factor.
Yeah, that's one of their key things, is designing shades with safety in mind, and a lot of those are the power shades now. The Power View is very popular, and your parents were, I don't know what they were doing, but they were playing with their iPad, which is perfect because we can set the shades up so they can control it from their iPad.
And then the second thing, again, was that energy efficiency, because they're either hot or cold. And my little ones are either hot or cold. So that is a huge factor in determining what to get, what shades to get too. How do most people use shades in this Low Country? Do they use it for decoration as well as the function?
Both. The function, I think, still wins out by a little bit because of the area we're in.
And we say this every time. What we'd like to do is when we do an installation next time, can we drag you out and kind of see what you all do? And
oh yeah, like do the installation on TV. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would.
We'll do your shades, your new ones.
All right, we'll do that. I would love to do that. I really would. Every time I talk to you, time goes like that.
I know, it goes so fast.
I know, it really does. But we talked a lot, and our takeaway today is get the right shade for your place. Come to a professional. Stay with us. There is a lot more to come here on Lynes on Design.